getting a no is such a normal part of life. That's how you grow and how you can evolve as a person. But if you spend your whole life just avoiding getting rejected, someone saying no to you, so you don't really apply for that job, you don't really ask that person out, or yeah, do anything that could make you maybe look a little bit stupid, what kind of life is that? That's a life, at least really in your comfort zone. You're not really challenging it and you're not really growing as a person. So when I say that getting a no is the best thing that's ever gonna happen to you, I really mean it, because that's when you can really gather information. You could either choose to go another way, you could either choose to do something else and develop yourself and your skills, or it's really just a sign that you had the guts, you had the balls to just do it. Even though you knew that you might get rejected from it, you did it anyway. And that's such a bold move. So for me, every time I like put myself out there, every time I do something and get a no, you know what? I tap myself on the shoulder. I'm like, wow, I did that. I knew that there was a big, big, big possibility that I would get a no here, but I still did it. And it feels so wonderful. When I think back, like, you know, on my whole, like, evolving, turning into a woman, entering, like, the dating stage and everything, I really think of one story that I feel like transformed me in many ways. And this was like probably when I was 18, because before that I had not dated. I have not really been that interested. Like, I had crushes, but I've always been so focused on school, and when it was not school, it was friends, you know. But there was like this dude that I thought he was cute, okay? Like, he was, I wouldn't say he was a friend of mine, but he was like a friend of one of my mates. And yeah, we were texting a little bit, and in my mind I was thinking, this dude likes me, you know. I was thinking that. And I just thought, you know what, let me just do it. Like, let's just jump right into it like they do in the movies. And yeah, ask him. And let me tell you, like, you might do this over text, you might call, you might do it in some more casual way, but in my mind I thought it would be a great idea to invite this dude to a park, to meet in a park alone. And yeah, ask him. I didn't really have any other planned. I just asked him, like, hey, do you want to meet in the park later? And he was like, yeah, cool, sure, let's do that. And in my mind I was like, oh, he knows what this is about. He really knows what this is about. This is gonna be one of those movie moments. Like, I'm gonna get my first little flirt going on here. Like, this is awesome. That was what I was thinking. So you can imagine like how I felt when I approached this dude, like gave him a hug, and everything was super nice, and I like went straight for it, like, do you know why I've like asked you to meet me? And when I tell you, like, his response was like, yeah, sure, I thought like maybe you wanted to plan like a surprise birthday party, like from our common mate. Like, and I was like, oh my god, because like, I'm not kidding, in my mind he knew what this like meeting was about. So I really felt like I fucked up. So in my mind I was like, okay, I can go with it and we can plan this birthday party, or I'm just like gonna ask him. And I was like, you know, you are a person who does what she says she's gonna do, so you better just like keep going, keep pushing, just say what you gotta say, and we see what happens. But I can tell you, I started to sweat. I started to sweat a lot. It was not comfortable. And so I was like haha, yeah, and we just like walked in this park and finally sat down on a bench, and I just like asked him straightforward, like, do you like me? Like, no more game, nothing else, just like pure statement. Almost. And the poor dude was like, no. And I was like, oh, okay. Oh my god. And then we talked a little bit more about it, and honestly this dude is the sweetest dude, and we just talked more about it, and he was like more like, you know what, I just don't want to date, I don't do like relationship, I'm just chilling, you know. And that's totally fair, but you know, like I was pretty like dying on the inside because my world came crashing down, because in my imagination, like I had this whole fantasy going on, like how this meetup was gonna go. And that was fine, we had that meeting. But honestly, the worst part after that was that this wasn't like a park that was close by or anything. So he had, like, before the meetup, asked if he could like drive me home afterwards, and I was like, yeah, sure. But and I felt like it would be more awkward if I said like, oh, I'm gonna take the bus. So I was just like going with it, sat in his car, we drove. I tried to talk about everything else than what just happened, and honestly I wanted to jump out of that car. I was so embarrassed, and I was like, why did I do that? Like, who does that? Poor dude too. Or maybe he got probably a huge boost, but I was like, fuck. And by the way, this dude was like super chill about it. Like, that's one of the things I liked about this dude, because he was so nice and everything. So he didn't really say like talk around about it or made it like a huge deal when we saw each other on parties or anything. It was just super chill. But I oh my god, the feelings I had afterwards, I was, firstly I was like, what the fuck? And then I just called my bestie, and she was like, oh, why do you do this to yourself? But honestly, even though it felt like shit then and there, I felt like it was so like character building. It was like kind of transforming, because I really just said to myself, when you say that you're gonna do stuff, you really just like do it. You don't bullshit, you don't do anything else or walk around like having a little bit of a crush on this dude and wonder if he likes you back. You ask. And that, I'm really proud of that, and I feel like that was really just, as I said, a character building moment, even though it felt not that great then. And the game and everything, like, it could have been done so much smoother. Like today probably I will just like ask if we could hang, because we had never even hang like alone, so he didn't really know me. So yeah. But anyways, lesson learned. Lesson learned from that experience. And I can also say that like with so many things in my life, I have just like wanted it and then just done it, even though I knew that it's really a large chance that this is not gonna work out. Even though with him I really thought it maybe would, but either way it didn't happen, and that's cool too. Like, I'm sitting here now laughing about it and feeling good about myself. And honestly, after that, I watched YouTube so much. YouTube is my education, and that's why I had this channel, because I watched so many like Matthew Hussey videos, the girls who know knows, and like learned all the tips like about dating, about dudes. And I also downloaded Tinder, and I went on a lot of Tinder dates just to like really practice my skills. I really just like went all in to learn to be a good dater and kind of understand the whole game and everything. And here I am at 24 and haven't really been in a relationship, but I feel like I'm good at dates. I'm good at like connecting with people, but it's just like the things around that has not clicked, whether it is for me or the other person, you know? So I'm not stressed about it, but like that's how you live, that's how you learn, and that's how you build that confidence, baby. And another story that I want to tell, like to make this point even clearer, is when I was trying to become a model, because in high school I got scouted from this agency, and yeah, I was just doing it more as a hobby while I was in school, just taking pictures, and I thought it was super fun. And I also learned that you could also travel to other countries when you had like your mother agency in your country, and then you could like have agency in different countries, and they had like apartments and you can live there. So I was like, I want to do that when I graduate. That was my plan. So when I was done with high school, I just like I pushed so hard on the agency I was in. Like, I want to travel, I really want to do it. I got told, like, because they had a lot of models, they did have a lot of models, so of course you need to like prioritize, and I wasn't really one they wanted to prioritize, and that's totally cool. But did I quit? No. I looked for other opportunities and other ways to do it. And so I ended up going to this mother agent, which had like fewer models, and she was like super kind and so funny and such a cool person. So I was like, okay, this can work out, and it really did. She found me an agency for like the following seasons, because like in the model industry you have like different seasons where you go. So I was supposed to go like in the beginning of January. But then it was like an issue with the agency not having enough space in their apartments. So if I was gonna go, I had to pay for myself, and I didn't really have the money for that. Just imagine this, like, I had told everyone I was going to Milan. I had this barista job at the moment, and I had like a full-time position, but then I got, you know, when you go and are more like a extra, so I told them like, yeah, because I'm gonna go away. I told everyone, and then she's not, she's staying, and I was like, oh my god, the pain. And I could also have said that then, like, okay, this is not for me, but I did not. I just crawled back to my other job and was like, okay, I'm still here, can I please get some shifts? And it worked out, you know, it wasn't anything bad. But then the next season I got another agency with like enough room and everything, and then she was going, you know, and then she was there and had an adventure for like 3 months in the summer, and then some months before COVID. Like, it was so nice. And just imagine if I had just quitted when the first agency didn't want to kind of push me out. I would never have had that experience until this day. I feel like that is also just an experience that's just like really formed me as a person, because that was the first time I was really, one, traveling alone, and also living in another country without ever like knowing anyone and needing to like start completely over. And also, like, as a model you go like on different castings every day, and let me tell you, there are more rejections than there are yeses. So you really get comfortable with people saying no to you and not taking it personal, you know, because there are so many other people, so many beautiful, talented, and sometimes they just have another vision, you know. And but that's okay to get the no, and you just need to try again, because if you do it enough times, you're certainly gonna get job, you're certainly gonna start doing good. And for me, the first season, it wasn't that good. I didn't really, almost, I don't know, I don't think I really got any jobs the first season. And I was like, I could have quit it. Did I? No, I came back the next season, you know? Or not the next season, because that would be like in autumn time, but like winter, I was back. She was back, baby. And then I actually had some jobs and things were going well, and then COVID, and I was like, okay. But shit happens. Shit happens, and that's cool. But yeah, it was just like so many experiences from that. And like, if I hadn't go through with it, if I hadn't just pushed and kept going and believing that it was going to happen, I wouldn't been able to do any of that, and I wouldn't have met all the amazing people that I did meet. And so that's just something that I really had just brought with me, which has also led me to be in the position I am today, where like, yeah, in less than a month I'm done as a journalist and I have this social media job. And I did not think I was qualified when I applied to that job at all, but I was like, this is really just a dream job, and yeah, why not? Like, you never are gonna get it if you don't apply. Like, if you don't apply, you're not gonna get it. It's like no chance. But I didn't really think it was much chance that I got it, but guess what, I did, you know. What if I never applied? Like, where would I been? I probably would have been stressed applying for other like office journalist jobs, you know, and would not been able to travel as I'm gonna do. So I'm really excited. So, you know, just embrace the no's. That's really just what's gonna build you. You're gonna get stronger, and it's really just a sign that you are embracing yourself. You're doing what you really want to do. You're challenging yourself, and there are so many people who doesn't do that. So, just saying, it's all just good vibes, good shit. You are a bold bitch. Let me tell you that. So yeah, I hope you liked this little storytell kind of moment, and that you really just push yourself and really do the things that you can get rejected from, because there are some really good stuff waiting on the other side, believe me. So yeah, if you like this video, give it a thumbs up, and also share like stories if you have any like times you have really grown from any rejections. I'd really love to just like have conversations in the chat. And yeah, subscribe to the channel if you like me and want more videos. I upload every week. So yeah, I'll see you in my next video. Bye!